Could you please explain to the judge why you believe that Dominic is deserving of a chance on deferred adjudication rather than going to prison?
I think that's it right there. Is just a chance. He just needs a chance to not become.
This hearing opens with a mother pleading for mercy, a son asking for forgiveness, and a judge focused on one word: choices. We hear about trauma, broken homes, second chances, but beneath the emotion lies something harder to ignore: car-hopping incidents, a gun recovered on Christmas night, and a victim who never had the luxury of choosing how the story unfolded. Everyone calls it a mistake. The court has to decide whether it was a single lapse in judgment or a pattern that kept repeating. By the end of the hearing, the judge makes one thing clear: sympathy may explain the past, but it doesn't erase responsibility. Clip 2.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, if you could state your name for the record, please.
Amber Asher.
All right, you can lower your hand. Defense?
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Asher, good morning.
Morning.
What is your relationship with Dominic?
He's my oldest son.
Jason.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Mr. Attorney, I'm sorry. So he's your oldest son?
That's correct.
How many children do you have?
6.
And what do you do for a living, Ms. Asher?
I deliver for Uber.
Like Uber Eats? Okay, thank you. Oh, and just for clarification for the record, you'll need a.
Yes, that's correct.
Thank you. So in the interview that Dominic provided to probation, he had mentioned that he was mostly raised from childhood by his aunt and uncle. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Can you explain to the court how he ended up in the custody of his aunt and uncle?
Due to domestic violence between his father, him, and his younger brother were both removed from my custody, and my aunt legally adopted them.
And just so the judge is aware, was this domestic violence? Were you charged with domestic violence? Were you an aggressor in these situations?
No, I was the victim.
Did you feel that because of that circumstances, you felt Dominic would have been safer in the custody of your aunt and uncle?
That's correct.
After he was put into the custody of your aunt and uncle, were you just no longer involved with his life?
I've always been there.
So you've played an active role in his upbringing?
That's correct.
Was Dominic's biological father, was he ever in the picture for him?
No, I think the last time Dominic saw him, he was like 3.
3 years old?
So I'm sorry, I'm confused. So the person that she's saying was abusive to her, is that the defendant's biological father?
That's correct.
Okay, all right.
Sorry.
No.
Thank you. Could you please describe the judge Dominic's character? Let's start, I guess, before this incident, and any change or growth in his character that you've seen since he was arrested on these charge.
I'm not a criminal. Followed by admissions of breaking into more cars than he can even count. That contradiction hits hard. In a courtroom, accountability begins with owning the truth. The moment you minimize what you've done, you weaken your credibility. And once the court starts questioning your honesty, leniency becomes much harder to justify.
I would have to say that before he was arrested on this charge, there was like tremendous maturity happening. And I won't say he made a mistake. He made some really bad choices in that time frame. My dad had just passed away like 2 months before that, and a lot was going on with me and him and his younger brother.
His younger brother being Isaiah.
That's correct.
Mhm.
And they kind of just lost their way for a while there. My dad was Dominic's best friend, the one that he always talked to. And then he felt like the one person who was always there for him was gone.
Since he was arrested for this charge, the aggravated robbery charge, how would you describe, I guess, the changes that he's made in his life, improvements, if any?
He started to get his life on track as far as employment and talked about school, getting his GED, and started to care about where his life was going instead of just being this empty shell every day.
What about any sort of changes in character since learning that he was to become a father?
He's very responsible. He's a great dad as far as I've seen so far. He does everything he can to try to help with the baby.
As far as you're aware, would there be potential issues in terms of raising the child if Dominic is not involved?
Financially, of course, and also she needs her dad.
Obviously, being his mother, knowing him since he from birth, any history at all that Dominic had, of aggression or violence or acting out in anger, like was he getting into a lot of fights in school, anything like that?
No.
You had mentioned your younger son, Isaiah. Thank you. He was mentioned as well in Dominic's interview. Dominic admitted that Isaiah was the shooter in this incident. As far as you're aware, is that correct?
That is correct.
Where is Isaiah now?
He's TDC.
The judge draws a sharp line. Your upbringing may explain your path, but it does not excuse your choices. Sentencing isn't built on hope alone. It rests on consequences. 8 years. Not because of one bad night, but because decisions kept stacking up until the court ran out of room to maneuver. So what do you think? Was this accountability long overdue? Or was this a young man losing his final chance at redemption? Drop your thoughts below, and stay tuned for more real courtroom breakdowns.